Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. My name is Beav Brodie, and in this video we are going to learn about Facebook ads, paid traffic, getting it to convert, different audiences, trying different things and stuff like that. It's a little bit longer video, just like some of my other tutorials and educational videos. This is like a 25-minute video, but hang in there because it is packed with information. This video is a phone call between me and another guy. So I hope that it helps a lot of you out. Again, there's tons and tons of information. So, pause it and rewind it and take notes along the way, save it for later, watch again, whatever the case is. There's some really, really good stuff for you to try in here. So let's get into it. Enjoy the video. Yo, what's up, dude?
Hey man, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Not too bad. Waiting on the rain to hit.
Yeah. Where are you at in North Carolina?
What's that?
Where are you at in North Carolina?
I'm in Charlotte.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, well, talk to me about your Facebook stuff and what you're thinking and what I can do to help you out and all that kind of stuff. I can give you my 2 cents on my experience and the stuff that we've done. I'd be curious to know what's worked for you. I think I have a pretty good idea of what has worked for you in the past, based on just some of our previous conversations through DMs and things like that. But so anyways, kind of give me the rundown on what you got going on, what you've been testing lately that hasn't worked as well, and then I'll see if I can't help you refine it, tweak it, make it better, make some money.
Sure. Yeah, so I operate flags like purely off Facebook and Instagram. Mm-hmm. And I'd say 99.8% of that has been all organic stuff, so I haven't really paid for anything.
Right.
Where I have seen some success is in retargeting. So I've got one retarget ad set up that gets served out to people who visited flags, visited the product with anchor flags, but didn't purchase within the last, I think I have it set at 15 days. And on that, since about February, I'm at like 73 cents per conversion on those retargeting ads.
How much per conversion?
$3.73.
Dude, that's awesome. So the best thing for you in terms of that is like scaling it so that you get more people in the funnel, right? What's your conversion rate like on your website currently?
I kind of hover between 3 and 3.5%.
Wow, that's really good. That's really good depending on the amount of traffic you're getting. Do you know how much traffic you're getting, like on a monthly basis?
I don't off the top of my head, but I can pull it up real quick.
And you're on Shopify, right?
Yeah. Yep. So last month I had 10,000 sessions.
Okay. That's pretty decent. That's enough sessions for you to have some good data on. So to be converting at 3% is really good. All right, so where is your main source of traffic coming from then? Are you serving ads? Have you been, like last month, did you spend any other money on Facebook ads or Instagram aside from the retargeting?
Yeah, so last month I was testing with kind of that top of the funnel conversion.
Yep.
Well, it's not really conversion if you're at the top, but I was testing around with purchase trigger conversions, some engagement ads, and some traffic ads, and I spent, I'm not sure what my dollar spend was last month. I just know that I ended up spending more than I was hoping to, and I didn't really get the results I was after. Yeah.
Is that more traffic than you would normally get? Like how did that compare to the month prior?
July I had 11,283 sessions, and I did no target or no ads other than the retarget.
Okay, so you did not increase your traffic by spending money on those ads per se, and they definitely didn't seem to contribute to any more conversions than normal.
Right.
So, all right. Yeah. So yeah, like you said, you didn't get the results you were after. You were hoping to maybe see 15,000 sessions and still maintain that 3% or something, and that would have been good news for you.
Exactly.
So the conversion like delivery type for a Facebook ad really isn't great until you get to retargeting, because that's where you start really making money, when people have already been exposed to the brand, they've already seen it, they know what it is, you're retargeting them, and you want them to come back and purchase. For the sake of getting new traffic to the site, to get them into the funnel, to get them to your conversion retargeting ad, I would do one of two things, or both. I would do engagement ads, because conversion ads are a really expensive way to deliver ads, because Facebook puts people into 3 different buckets. They get put into their scrollers, their clickers, and their buyers. Scrollers is like, you would get it into like brand awareness, like you're just getting in people's like feed, and it's brand awareness, and it dumps people into like you dumps your ad into everybody's feed, and it's pretty inexpensive, but it's not terribly effective from what I've seen in my experience. It just kind of dumps a bunch of stuff into people's feeds. And then when you get to like engagement ads, which is kind of like the next step over when you get into the Facebook ad thing, you see engagement ads, and engagement ads is more of those clickers. People that kind of interact on Facebook, they like and they comment and they share and things like that. That's what I use for top of funnel. And I deliver an engagement ad in the form of a Facebook post to a lookalike audience. Have you done the lookalike audience stuff yet?
Yeah. I've got lookalikes built out for purchasers, add to carts, and return customers.
Okay. So the engagement stuff is really good because it's really cheap delivery into people's feeds that are interactive. So if they engage with your content, what I do then is I create an audience of anybody who's engaged with Instagram or Facebook. You have to create 2 different audiences. Instagram ads and Facebook ads in the past, 365 days or 180 days or whatever time frame you want to set. If I were you, I would do like 365 days, because I think that's the max. But anybody that's engaged with any Facebook ad or post in the past 365 days, and you do that for Instagram, you do that for Facebook, and then you create an ad for traffic targeted to those people who've already engaged. Because now when they see this ad for here's flags, this is who we are, this is what we're about, come check out the website, shop now. It's not so they're already warmed, they've already seen it once, they liked the post. It's basically telling you who's into my brand and who's not, pretty inexpensively. And you're talking like video, it crushes it in the engagement part.
Yeah.
The other thing you can do with video is retarget people who've seen specific videos or certain percentages of specific videos. So, if you put a video out there that talks about the brand or this or that, you could say, I want to retarget people who've watched 50% of this video and everyone else who's engaged with my content, or just that video, or however you want to structure it. But all that stuff kind of tells you who's into the brand and who's not, and then you retarget all those people with a more refined like traffic ad, getting people to the website, because cold traffic does not convert. It's up to the 2nd and 3rd visit and 4th visit, sometimes up to, I don't know how many. I mean, I see conversions, people, it's like 14 visits over 2 days, and it's like, geez. But it depends on the product. Like if it's, a diaper bag, it might be a couple of visits. If it's a body armor company, people come back and they come back and they come back, and they're researching, and do I want to spend a bunch of money on this? This is a product supposed to save my life, and they're researching and they're doing all these things, and they come back a ton of times. And retargeting is very, very important, in educating them along the way, and this is why we're the best, and this is how it's made, and we make it in the USA, and all these things, and just showing them a bunch of trust. So thankfully your product isn't quite like that, and it's like, this is a cool product. It's almost an impulse purchase because of the price point. There's not a huge barrier to entry where it's like, oh, this is a cool flag. Like, I'm totally patriotic and into this. I'll buy that. And it's not a big deal. It's not like buying body armor. So thankfully for you, you don't have to deal with a lot of the education and nurturing them, you know, through a purchase. It's just like, yo, don't forget we're here. Like, buy this thing. So
so on that first engagement ad, that's just a straight up post. Like, you're not really.
Yeah, and you
wouldn't recommend including like a shop now button or a learn more button. Like, just straight Facebook post.
Yeah, straight Facebook post. And I would put the link to your website in that post and create a post that you know, like, that you're going to use as an ad, and you can actually make a dark post within the ad campaign, the ad manager builder. When you go to engagement and it says select a post, you can press there's a plus button next to it, and you can create a post right there in the ads manager, and you can say save unpublished post. So, well, I've never actually hit your timeline on Facebook if you don't want it to. Now, if you don't care, then just publish a post and use that post as your ad, you know, with some you know, slick copy. And then on those, I tend to just put the website link, you know, at the bottom of the copy. Like, if it's there, if somebody wants it and wants to click it, but I'm not forcing it, right? It's very organic. That's the problem. Like, nobody wants to be advertised to, so, you know, making the first impression of your brand very organic and not transactional is a really, really good idea. And they're more willing to, like, stop and look at it if it doesn't look like an ad the first time they're seeing it.
I like that.
I kind of enjoy the haters. Like, every time somebody leaves me some hate, I like their comment. Like, it's just a way for me to be like, I see you, asshole. Like,
I know you're there.
Yeah, and listen, I've got some videos on this stuff too, tutorials on Facebook about exactly all the same things. Or I'm sorry, tutorials on YouTube about setting up the engagement and creating those audiences. It sounds like you're pretty familiar with creating those audiences, but I'm almost certain there's a tutorial on there about creating audiences and creating those engagement audiences and stuff. If you haven't seen those, but that's what works for me. You know, I can't say that it works for everybody per se. That's my kind of tried and true funnel, right? Engagement, then traffic, then conversions. And it just helps you kind of narrow down who's getting traffic ads and who you're willing to spend that money for traffic ads, because it just starts to get more and more expensive once you get kind of down that funnel from, like, brand awareness to traffic, or to engagement to traffic to conversions. Each one of those is more and more expensive delivery because of the bucket that people are put in through Facebook. Are they a scroller, a clicker, or a buyer? Well, to get into a buyer's feed is way more expensive. But so you don't want to spend, 50 cents a click getting into a buyer's feed if they have no idea, or you don't have any idea if they're actually really interested in your product or your brand. So you'd rather spend, a penny sending engagement ads and figure out who's interested, who's not, and then spend 25 cents a click on the people that have engaged and show that interest. And then you might spend $1 a click on the retargeting. But if every third person buys something, who cares about the $1 a click?
Yeah, I like that strategy. I like that approach a lot.
A lot of it comes down to the ad, for sure. The creative is a huge variable of success, in that.
I was testing some stuff out.
Yeah, you were kind of like, I'll try. You know what, though? The most important thing is that you were willing to test it out and that you were actually doing it.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge. A lot of people aren't even willing to, try things like that. So the fact that you're just trying a bunch of stuff is really, really good. The other thing that you're going to notice, too, about engagement and retargeting is it's going to seem like you're spending a bunch of money that's not converting, but it's creating audiences for you. So you spent $800, it converted and gave you $500, and you're like, I lost money on that. Like, shit. And then the traffic is probably going to break even. It's going to be like, oh, you spent $500 and made $500, but then the retargeting, you're going to be like, you know, you spent 300 and made 30,000. You know, like it's
because at that point I would have already hit them.
yeah,
At least the third point.
right. So like you'll be making so much money on the retargeting that it kind of cancels out, you know, the money you're spending, but the money you're spending is creating the audiences, getting people in the funnel, getting that traffic to retarget, all that kind of stuff. So don't get overly critical about some of the math. Just pay attention to your cost of the result versus like top of funnel cost of conversion. Don't expect, if you can help it, don't expect a single conversion from the top of funnel engagement. You'll get some, hopefully, but don't expect it. That's not your goal. Your goal with the engagement is to get people in the funnel for traffic ads. So you just have to look at that as like an expense of for eyeballs. And if you can do that for like, I don't know, less than 5 cents per conversion, you're doing good. You know, ideally you're like 2 to 3 cents in video. You can be like 0.002 cents in some cases, which is why I say video crushes it at the top of the funnel. If you have something that's really good and engaging and funny or whatever that people are like, keep them on the hook for 30 seconds, like you're doing really good. But that can be super, super cheap, top of funnel. So, but don't expect a single conversion on the top of funnel. From that, the traffic ads just depends. I mean, you can try a bunch of different things. If you can get traffic, you know, somewhere around 25 cents or less, you know, if it's per click, if you're around 25 cents or so, that's pretty good. You know, some traffic is worth more money if they're like far more interested in buying. They're worth more money. But yeah, 25 cents or so is a good benchmark for you to kind of keep in mind. And then, you know, then you get to your conversions and you have a pretty good idea of like what that's costing you right now. I will tell you this though, your conversion rate, once you start adding all this new traffic to the mix, your conversion rate's gonna go down probably quite a bit.
Yeah, that makes sense.
You know what I mean? You're just gonna be, hopefully you're flooding your traffic with a lot more, hopefully you're flooding your website with a lot more traffic. So it'll probably take a dip until you get some of these people to come back and purchase again. Yeah, man, it's tough. Some of the lower price stuff is hard to make money on sometimes, especially as you're trying to fight through the noise on Facebook. But I think you're doing well, you know? It seems like it. I mean, and I've seen you've had some flags out to some good people, but I was like, dang, okay, cool. He's getting it in the right hands. How about ManSpot? You want me to get a flag out to ManSpot?
Yeah, that would be fantastic.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Hey, what's your recommendation on ad spend? I mean, I know it's going to vary by business and by revenue, but I've read anything from like you got to spend at least $20 a day to Facebook needs $100 over 3 days to fully optimize your ads.
I don't
what
know.
Have you found that works well?
I don't know about that. Most of the stuff we do is far exceeds, you know, some of those numbers.
Right.
You know, I mean, what I try to tell people is spend about 10% of your revenue on ads.
Okay. So
I don't know what that looks like for you and if that seems feasible, you know, and if you want to grow like rapidly, spend more than that. If you don't need the profit, you know, if you can invest more of your profit into ads, you know, and hold out for the long term, if you don't need to take that money out for yourself, you know, like you know, if you have enough money to buy more inventory, and are you sending abandoned cart stuff?
I'm doing that through Shopify.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
And you're sending like kind of their standard thing. Did you tweak the copy on that some?
Yeah, I changed it up a little bit.
And then what are you sending it at 1 hour or 6? What do they have? 1 hour, 4 hours, 6 hours, and something?
Yeah, I think they go 1 to 10, and I'm at 1 hour after.
Okay, cool, perfect. If you can, I would suggest doing the MailChimp one. If you go in and do their, you know, flow and abandoned cart, and do like a series of probably, I would do 3 emails. I don't know what's your email say in it from Shopify. Does it offer like a discount right away or anything?
think I do free shipping right off the top.
Okay. Do you know if that helps? It seems like it does if you're getting a 3% conversion.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like it does.
I don't want you to like have to, fix something that ain't broke either, but just so here's the thought process, and here's how we structure things for a lot of our, like what we do, and then obviously, we consult for a lot of other people on this kind of stuff, but like we usually send the first email in an hour, like through whatever, whether it's MailChimp or Klaviyo or something like that, but is like, hey, we saw that you tried to check out. It's more of like a customer service email. It's like, hey, we saw that you were trying to make a purchase, but you weren't able to complete it. If there was a problem or you have any questions, just hit reply. Let us know. We'd be happy to help you, right? Really simple, clean, like, hey, we're here for you. Did you have a problem checking out? What can I help you with? Was there an issue? And if that doesn't convert, then there's a second email that goes out after that that's like more transactional at that point. It's like, hey, come back and save 10% or whatever. And then another one, like we do dynamic coupon codes in our abandoned carts. That's like the first one or the second one is like, hey, here's a coupon code, but it's only good for 48 hours. And then 48 hours, or actually the next day, it's like, hey, don't forget, like your coupon code expires in 24 hours or whatever. That way, that creates a sense of urgency for them to make the purchase and not miss out on that discount. So that's kind of the way that we structured ours, and that we kind of do it with other people. We don't always do the dynamic thing because it depends on like what systems are in place. Some of that stuff can get expensive and things like that. But I think you're doing really good, dude. Like you said, you've exceeded your expectations, so I'm super proud of you, and you're doing a good job of testing things and really trying to dive into it and make it happen. So that's cool. Any other questions? Anything I can answer for you?
No, it looks like I've got some homework for the weekend, which is good.
Well, I hope that helps. I hope that helps bring something. I just hope it helps you. You know what I mean? Again, there's no guarantee that it works for you because everybody's business and audiences are a little bit different. But generally speaking, that has been kind of the way things work best for us and for a lot of the other people. It's just like you said, it just makes sense. Like you got your hand out asking people for money for something that they've never seen or heard of. Like you know what I mean? Like when you see an ad the first time, are you willing to just like, oh yeah, here's my credit card number? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to think of it like a consumer and just show it to them, expose it to them. Make them realize they want it first, and then say, "Hey, come check this out," and then ask for money.
Yep. Yeah, the approach makes total sense. As a consumer, I totally get it.
Right.
As a business owner, it's easy to jump to the end point and forget about the relationship in between.
Dude, it's so easy to just go transactional and just want money from everybody. Yeah. It's really, really easy to make that happen. So you just got to kind of keep it in check.
Yeah, I appreciate the help, and I appreciate the feedback on what you've seen of mine is working and what isn't working. So, got some homework, start building out some new audiences, tweak my email automations, and then get back to business, I guess. You
got it, dude.
All right, cool. Thank you.
You got it, dude. I'll talk to you soon. Good luck. Let me know if you have any other questions or anything I can help with.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, cool.
Thanks.
Peace. Guys, please do not forget that you cannot be super transactional like right off the rip. You have to build a relationship with these people, build trust in these people, multiple impressions of your brand before these people are willing to purchase. Just like I told him, are you willing to just take your credit card out and spend money on the first impression of whatever this Facebook ad is? No, you're not. You need to see it, become aware of it, be like, oh snap, that's really cool. I like that. Double tap it on Instagram, whatever, and then, then you're exposed to it again and again, and then you're like, okay, I've seen this, this is really cool. Oh, here's some social proof, blah, 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 and then you're like, I'll purchase that. They're like, very rarely do people just see something and buy it right off the rip. So keep that in mind. I hope this video helped some of you out. Sorry if it drug on. If you hung in this long, I appreciate it. Like this video if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you aren't already, and I'll see you in the next video.